my name is Tosiat Rahman. I currently enrolled Career Foundries Data Analytics program where I gaining hands-on experience with SQL, Python, Excel, and Tableau. As part of my coursework, I will be answering the achievement 5 questions in this video. I will cover the CRESP-DM methodology, time series forecasting, and data ethics, and the handling bias in predictive models, and difference between regression and classification. So the first question is, what does the CRESP-DM methodology for data mining entail? What does the data analyst do each step? So the CRESP-DM stands for Cross-Industry Standard Process for Data Mining. It's a 6-step framework that data analysts follow. It begins with business understanding, where we clarify goals and define success criteria. Then comes data understanding, which is about collecting data, exploring it, and identify the quality issues. The third one is data preparation, which is usually takes most time, where I clean, merge, transform the data, make it ready for the analysis. The next one is modeling, where we apply the statistical machine learning technique and adjust the original business goal. The final one is deployment, where the results are delivered through dashboards, reports, and integrated into business system. So my second question is, explain what needs to be done before you can forecast time series. In other words, what does time series analysis involved? So before forecasting a time series, the first step is ensuring you have the historical data in chronological order. For example, daily sales and monthly revenue. The next one is I explore the data to identify patterns like trends, cycle, and irregular noises. A key step is checking the stationarity, which means the mean and the variance should stay stable over time. If not, the transformation or differencing may be applied. I also split the data training and the test sets so I can validate the model's accuracy. So once all of that is done, I can apply the forecast models like ARIMA. The goal is capture past patterns to make reliable predicts for the future. My third question is, discuss the main principle of data ethics, as well what companies or organizations could do uphold these principles. The key principles of data ethics include transparency, privacy, fairness, accountability, and security. The transparency means being open how data is collected and used. The privacy is about to protect sensitive information, often through the anonymizations. Fairness ensures that the model don't reinforce bias or discriminations, and the security means safeguard the data from misuse. Companies can uphold these principles by setting clearly ethical guidance and training employees, running regular audits, and investing in secure infrastructures. This is not only builds customer trust but also helps avoid illegal, and reputational risk. The fourth one is, imagine you are an analyst at financial service company. You have some concerns about bias in the way predictive model was measured. How would you raise your concern with your manager? Okay, so if I noticed any bias in a predictive model, I would start by gathering evidence. For example, showing how the model underperformed for certain customer groups. When discussing it with my manager, I would like to frame it a boat race and race like a I would like to frame it as both a risk and an opportunities. So I would explain how bias could lead to unfair treatment, reputational harm, and compliance issues. I would suggest solutions using more representative training, data, test, and fairness metrics across the subgroups, and involving diverse teams into model elevation. Finally, I would recommend continuous monitoring since bias can reappear as data evolves. This way I am not only identify a problem, I also providing the proactive solution to improve the fairness and accuracy. So my fifth question is, explain the difference between regression and classification models in predictive analysis. So regression and the classification are both predictive models, but they answer different types of questions. The regression predicts continuous numeric values like forecasting sales revenue and predictive housing prices. And the classification is like the categories, predictive categories. For example, whether a customer will churn or not, or is a transaction is fraud. So I would use the regression when the outcome is numeric, and the classification when the outcome is categorical. So to put simply, the regression predicts how much, while the classification predicts which category. Thank you for watching my response to the achievement 5 questions. I enjoy sharing what I have learned from CRISP-DM, time series forecasting, data ethics, and bias predictive models and predictive modeling techniques. I look forward to apply these concepts as I continue to grow my data analytics career. Thank you so much.